Cool. Yo, so this video is gonna be a bit of a spicy one, and I want to talk about my journey to why I went back to school after quitting school and after kind of like fumbling around in copywriting, doing okay for like the past 3 years and so. And today's story will be one of trusting yourself and not buying into the hype online. And this is not going to be politically correct, especially if you want something to sound nice, me to tell you that there's some super secret thing that's going to make you rich. Not for you, right? And this is a very strange journey compared to the usual, like MMO, oh yeah, I dropped out of school kind of thing. I did both, right? And I think this video is to show you the perspective on number one, what it's like to be someone that quit and thought that it was cool. Number two, to live that life for a bit, have my brain turn into mush, and then want to go back to school. Um, and number three, how this has probably been one of the better things that has happened to me, especially in light of what's happening in 2025 with how AI is moving and the bar of copywriting that's moving forward. Of course, I'll dance around these topics and ideas. Um, but so give you the intro, simple. Basically, all I was doing for like a year, I was just like showing up at a library, sending emails, and then I was like writing ads. That's all I was doing, right? And while people in the make money online space will tell you that that's the best life ever, no, it is not. Because number one, like you're assuming that the people who you work with, or like you'll naturally find friends that you should be making friends with the people that you work with, right? And that's a big mistake that I've made, right? I mean, maybe your mileage may vary, but you don't want to always be friends with the people that you're working with, right? Sometimes professional boundaries are a good thing, and mixing all of that, it's not the best thing in the world, right? Remaining professional, having a friend group and then a business group, and then you don't have to do business together all the time. And then when you're professional, you're professional. When you're friends, you're friends. That's a very nice thing. People don't tell you that, right? Um, so that's one. And number two, as I started to do that, right, friendships mixed and stuff blew up in my face. But that's okay, right? Learn my lesson. So with doing your own business and ads and stuff, I this was like a personal thing for me. That was great, but like my brain and my soul wanted so much more. I was not happy dumbing things down to a 5-year-old level just so that uh, it could sell. I wasn't happy, just writing brain rot ads, super hype, click bang, VSL style, and then like, selling whatever, right? And like, aside from the morality or like the whatever, really a lot of the times, like, I just felt this like massive hole. And because I was in library, I realized like half the time I was writing ads, the other half of the time I was like fucking around trying to find some math textbook to figure it out stuff, right? And this leads me to my next point. A lot of the times, what I've learned is that in the make money online cowboy wild wild west, a lot of the times people are just like shooting blind. They're really lucky, and they don't like to talk about that. And no one likes to talk about like being a responsible person when you're doing make money online and not like blowing your entire savings or everything they've earned back into a course again. No one wants to say that again, right? And it's not the right thing to say. So that's a big problem. And a lot of the times, people also don't tell you how successful or what their hit rate of success is. Um, what I found was that, again, your mileage may vary and your hit rate may vary. So those are two very big things that you needed to take into consideration before making any financial decision and make money online. So what I realized, like a lot of the times, people just got like super lucky, or like they found a breakthrough product, and then they fucking like went with it, reinvested everything, and then they did very well. And sometimes you're not able to hit that, right? And I've been on both sides, and it's very painful to not be able to hit that sometimes. And that hurt me a lot, right? I was like pretty sad that like um, because I was just following what the next guy taught me, right? And then no one taught me about fucking risk management in all of these like ventures and stuff. So it like shook me to my core because like I just felt like I could have done more, and that's also one of the reasons why I went back to school, and also why I want to talk about the next thing, right? So as I look back in my whole MMO or like journey to become a writer and like writing ads and stuff, um, I think that is one very apt metaphor. Check. One very apt metaphor is that basically you're playing a casino, right? We're all buying lottery tickets at this point, and I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're not buying a lottery ticket. You are, right? But the difference between the person who does well and the person who maybe like struggles in this casino we call guru land and make money online land and e-commerce land and whatever you want to do is the difference between a casual player like grandma or grandpa or like retiree goes into the casino and like throws money away versus the MIT professional card counting team, right? And I think for me in this video it's just like play the game but don't get played, right? And what you want to do, especially when you're thinking about these games, it's like what is your edge, right? What is the thing that you are really good at, right? How can you go from fish that's just getting their money sucked out in the casino to having a statistical advantage in the long run by being able to count cards or being able to know the edges that you have and the where the casino is weak, right? When do you know that they haven't done their math properly? When do you know that there's an edge to exploit? When do you know that there's someone that you can just like completely use or like break their model and then make the money off of that, right? Because if not, all you're going to be doing is just getting another job, right? And if you don't have these edges, you don't have this asymmetric advantages, you're not building it up for yourself, then basically you're just going to be trading your time for money. It's back to the same thing, right? And yeah, that's one thing. And the funny thing is that all it takes a lot of the time to go from like normie gambling loser to edge breaking 21 MIT casino card counting genius is a little bit of curiosity, right? And just thinking about things from first principles, thinking about how people have done things in the past and like looking at where it could be improved, where they're wrong. And then, well, I learned the mistake also that sometimes you don't need to tell people that they're wrong. And turning whatever you think that they are wrong into a solution without telling the person that you think was wrong that they're wrong, right? I think poor idiot me thought that it was a good idea to do that. So yeah, and I think that this video is for you if you've watched, you made a decent amount of money online, and you're just looking for that edge, right? You're looking for the breakthrough. You're looking for a new way to do things. So you're looking at all these YouTube videos and like, I don't know, there's something off, right? You sit with yourself and like, fuck, man, I can't be just listening to everyone. If I'm listening to everyone, I'm listening to no one. And like, if I'm just copying people, I'm never going to develop my own edge, right? And I think that this video is just a permission slip for you to figure your own stuff out, to say like, to give you the permission to say like, hey, I think he's wrong. I think that maybe Xander's full of shit, right? I think that, maybe this guru is full of crap and like, I can do it better. And not in like a egotistical way. It's just like, I think that there's something missing here, right? Let me see if I can plug the gap and let me see how much that gap is worth. And that's the kind of like thinking that I want to encourage for today. So yeah, now going back to the first point of how advertising has evolved and why I'm grateful to be back in university. Honestly, I have no clue. I have no clue right now, right? Like how I would maintain my competitive edge, if not for being in school, and being in a school that at least encourages me to think, right? Because like the traditional copywriting is like everyone and their mother is going to try to chat GPT chat GPT the fuck out of everything. Yeah, just mindful of demonetization, but Um, yeah, and then the only thing that is left is learning how to be able to actually think better, ask better questions, and develop your own view of the world that an AI can help to reflect back to you, right? That's not something that you can teach. I mean, it's not something that you naturally get. It comes just like sitting down and thinking. So yeah, that's like a big thing, right? And the second thing also, it's like as I look, without divulging too much, as I look into to the world and how things are evolving through time, I think that, you know, learning how to look at trends, learning how to judge the size of trends, learning how to be able to quantify these trends, that's going to be a really, really interesting thing and an interesting field to look at. And I don't think I'll be able to learn that on my own, right? And that's one of the reasons why I also am doing the stuff that I'm doing, the other videos that I'm posting, and the offers that I have right now. It's because like I just think like most people don't want to think like that, and it's difficult, right? Most of the times when you're thinking about like 10% there. Most of the time when you're thinking about what works, what doesn't work, you don't want to think about the numbers, right? You don't want to think about like um, how do I measure the risk of this thing that I'm putting out there? Is it like a 50% win, 25% win with a 10x upside, 1x upside, or what am I doing, right? And like that's like ass backwards compared to like the way that make money online is traditionally sold. With make money online, the way that it's traditionally sold, it's like, oh yeah, click easy button, easy cash, bro. Um, not like sitting down, really being disciplined about your positions, really being disciplined about the risk management, really being disciplined about the opportunities that you want to take on and what you don't want to take on. Because doing this is half the battle, is making the money. The other half the battle is not being an idiot losing it, right? And I think that that's something that I want to talk about. And that skill, of course, I had some of it, but like it's only been sharpened by coming back to school. And I think that whole dichotomy of like, oh yeah, oh you gotta devote your time to business. If not, you're gonna get gapped, bro. I think it's bullshit. I think that as long as you know what you need to learn and the skills that you can clearly transfer over to the main thing that you're doing, it's gonna be a lot easier to grow. And for me, I think that it took a while for me to switch gears, but like I wouldn't know how half of the edges that I have right now, if not for going back and like thinking about things from first principles, and just sitting the fuck down and doing like practice questions and shit, right? Like, oh, how do you learn all these sort of things? Oh, fuck, sit the fuck down and do the questions, lah, right? It's not rocket science, but yeah. So that's about it for this video. And yeah, free alpha or like my predictions for where the world is going. Learn how to make predictions, learn how to do risk management, learn how to um, be mindful about what people tell you, and learn how to figure out how much you're worth if they are wrong, and how you can know that quickly. Because these were the skills that did okay for me. And also maybe some other things. It's like sounds gay, but like don't get distracted. I know that I think this is more for like a message for myself. I think that there'll be times where you meet people that are not very nice, and that's okay, right? You just find new people, and that there'll always be more people to know, right? And if you are doing your own thing right now, I don't have to be a friend, right? But I think that it's good if you can find your circle of friends, and they don't have to be rich, right? They just have to be there. They just have to give a shit about you, show up when you need it. They don't even have to be in your industry. And as long as you are clear about what you want and you're showing up every day, it's good enough, man. And well, if you need permission to do that, I felt like I needed it, right? Or I was actually forced into it. Um, I did my best when I was cut off from everyone else in my industry, whatever, right? So you don't need to know some billionaire to tell some other guy that you know a billionaire that makes you succeed. That's all bullshit. So yeah, you can be free to do whatever the hell you want, make whatever money you want, and think for yourself. Yeah. So if you're here and for some reason you're doing over 20K a month, listening to me talk about my brain rotting online, or you're a publisher, e-com owner, SaaS owner, whatever, right? And you're looking to, have me think about how you can scale in a risk-adjusted fashion. Launch 8 to 12 offers a year, like fucking clockwork. Then send me a message on X or email or Facebook or whatever you can find me. And yeah, we'll get connected and I'll see what we can do and we'll work it out. Yeah. So that's about it from me. This is more of an experimental video. I've been doing more serious videos. So things that you can look towards. I'll be exploring why even the best marketers turn into compulsive gamblers. I'll be looking at just portfolio theory, like super like nerdy shit, right? But like making it more accessible to people so that you don't blow your bankroll and you can grow more sustainably, right? Or if you want to be a degenerate, do it better, right? But don't fool yourself. I think for me, it's just like that whole idea of like, if you want to gamble, gamble. If you want to play it safe. But don't bullshit yourself and be intellectually honest. And that's what all my videos are going to be about. And yeah, nothing else. Pretty chill video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.